I think people always forget the caregiver. They tend to put that person's needs one side. They always think that caregivers are superhumans or is part of the duty that we need to do. My name is Jeanine. I have 3 children, ages 16, 5 and 3. And my mom is like my 4th child. I was working for the past 10 over years, 13 years, till 2016, yeah. So the decision to stay home was primarily because of my younger children. It became more of looking after my mom when she actually had a heart attack and everything. She needed a lot of help then. She couldn't move. She wasn't able to turn herself. She was already considered like late stage Alzheimer then. She started to not want to eat. She wouldn't take a drink herself. So everything needed prompting and needed someone to do. And right now, my role is actually to feed her, to give her drinks, to change her. So everything, her daily basic needs are all met by myself, yeah. Yeah, I think my life has changed tremendously. It revolves around her schedule. Not only myself, my husband, my kids, their lives all have to revolve around her timing. Yeah, whatever we do, we have to put her in first place first. I have to plan days in advance that, okay, mom has to get ready before we can go out the house. And when we go out, I have to look at the time and say, okay, it's time we have to go back. She needs to change her diapers by what time she needs to eat. I think thankful that everyone has kind of adjusted over the years. Yeah, my kids actually just grew up knowing that this is just part and parcel of it. So I'm very grateful to my eldest son. His whole life, basically he's 16, right? So from 4 to 16, he has been going through what I've been going through with my mom. He's been growing up and he's been seeing how things are done. And a lot of the burden of moving her has been put on him. He does the heavy manual work of carrying, lifting. My youngest one, she's very interested in helping me a lot. She will actually help to feed my mom. So when I cut fruits, it's fruit time, she will run in to try to feed. And the kids like to hang around my mom. They will actually huddle into the bed together. They'll squeeze into that little bed. And then they will tell her stories of their day or whatever show they've been watching. In the 4 years or 5 years that I've been looking after her, solely looking after her, there are times that I feel overwhelmed and I feel very guilty. Yeah, I feel guilty towards my family, my own children, that I couldn't do more for them. I couldn't bring them out. Everything has to be like, oh, Papa needs this, Papa needs that. I guess at the end of the day, when I look back, I feel that, I'm doing what I should be doing or more than I should be doing, but at least I don't feel guilty that I didn't do it for her. I think people always forget the caregiver. They tend to put that person's needs one side. They always think that caregivers are superhumans or is part of the duty that we need to do. They never see that the caregiver is actually another human that needs someone's care, but everyone's concern is always on the patient or the person who's sick, right? You forget that there's someone who's doing the work behind to make the sick person well. My advice is really to take time away from it, care for yourself first. Always remember that whilst you're caring for someone, you need to take care of your own mental, your own health before you can care for someone, because the journey is very long. I will feel that I have done my best what I can do for her to make her happy and live this life, and when she leaves next time in future, there is no guilt that I have not done it sufficient for her. I've not been able to express what a daughter should be doing.